Yes, my favorite castle.
You chained me to this rock and fed my liver to an eagle.
Out of love.
The lowest ranked among them, a shield bearer who dreamt of battle, but had seen nary a skirmish. A teller of tales, not a doer of deeds. Fenyx.
What a name! Phoenix! Sounds like the sound a dumb bird makes when it lights itself on fire, which would be ridiculous. Although, I should write that down.
Besieged by challenge, totally alone, this young hero was determined to save his fellow soldiers and brother.
Boring! Can we skip this part?
No, this is important for the sense of atmosphere.
Well, that's the end of Phoenix. Perfectly passable storytelling. I won't lie, there were moments that dragged, but you really got me with that ending. Now, let's settle up. Time for you to help me against Typhon.
It's not over yet. Not by a long shot. The axe of Atalanta, deadliest of hunters, swiftest of heroes, fallen at the hands of Typhon.
Didn't I change her into a lion?
You turned a lot of people into a lot of things.
I need to stop drinking.
With the wings, she would be able to flit across the ancient bridge and find out.
I wouldn't just strap on discarded junk. Who knows where those have been?
Many a night, Phoenix had told tales of a genius, an inventor named Daedalus, and his extraordinary wings. Perhaps someone copied their design of Phoenix Muse.
So junk. Ooh, maybe it's cursed.
These bracers! I've seen them in drawings. They can't be.
Ah, but they were. Heracles, mightiest of mortals, slayer of beasts, defied Hera and accomplished the impossible wearing those bracers. And now, they belong to Phoenix.
Through dumb luck.
So, Phoenix, after boldly besting the Gorgon that ambushed Heracles...
What are you doing there? That thing with your voice?
Heracles?
Yeah, that.
That is how it's supposed to be pronounced.
Seems like a lot of work, but it's your funeral.
Except I can't die.
Don't remind me.
By the gods! I feel like I could lift a mountain.
Only those braces. This one.
Hades alive! You two, get a room! So let me get this straight. Instead of heating up the Temple of Apollo to speak with the Oracle, Phoenix is hightailing it after this stranger?
Phoenix, truly a good person, sought to help the mysterious stranger. But she never lost sight of the fact that she was getting ever closer to the Temple of Apollo, and the solution to the terrible curse inflicted upon her brother and fellow soldiers.
Oh yes, remind me to erase my own faults with narration. Zeus, truly a good person, murdered his first wife by getting her to turn into a fly and then ate her.
Wait, that's what happened to Metis? I thought she was visiting her sister in Babylon.
Oops.
Two of the targets seemed easy enough to hit, but the third would require the focus of a master archer.
Forget it. Kids today play seashells. They skip rocks, stare at the wall. You know, they're hyperactive.
This from the god who thinks a week constitutes a long-term relationship. Armed with the agility of Achilles, the speed of Atalanta, the wits of Odysseus, and the strength of Heracles, Phoenix was ready to face whatever the future had in store.
That's it? That's all she has going for her? Pfft! Good luck.
Phoenix saw the minions of Typhon had cornered the stranger, leaving no escape. This would be her greatest battle yet.
Oh, I hope the stranger dies. Guess we now know where cargo goes to die.
As Phoenix traveled through the underworld, her thoughts turned toward her mother and father. Were they safe in Argos? Had they too been transformed?
Ford,
couldn't help
a
but-
huge monster appears. It's ginormous, but Phoenix just laughed.
You mama, mother.
So you want to dance, huh?
Oh. Oh, it's perfect.
The adorable monster was ever so playful. Everything she had prayed for to take her mind off her worries. It was a gift from Olympus she would treasure forever, deep within her vulnerable, yet ever-expanding.
Ah, fine, have it your way. Just don't make me vomit.
If Phoenix looked at the top of the observatory tower, the planetaria could be seen.
Planetary Hubiwati?
It depicts the orbit of planets and... You know what? Never mind. As Phoenix continued her journey, she couldn't help but wonder if her story would one day be told amongst the stars.
Hermes always says the stars tell stories, but I don't get it. It's like I can't read.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Looks like I'll need to solve this to get to the missing wing piece.
You can't solve the stars. The stars solve you. At least that's what a seer named Miss Cleo once told me. And I won't tell you what happened after that. But those stars were bright.
She stole your money.
She did, yes. But I turned her into a juniper berry. So overall, not a bad night.
These are the great Daedalus' wings! He must have built everything here too! All these temples! I can't imagine losing a son like that. What it does to you. The wing piece recovered, and Aeolus's jar back from Tartaros. Now, to find that stranger at the top of the observatory.
What? I didn't kill Icarus! Daedalus' faulty wings did that!
And where is Daedalus now? I see. Silence.
I'm sure Phoenix will find out, eventually.
And with that, Hermes disappeared. Phoenix gazed across the narrow band of sea, at the peaks and valleys of the Golden Isle ahead. The long path to her true destiny lay stretched out before her.
Wait, that was just a prologue? How does it take someone that long to begin a story? Odysseus made it home faster. Well, this is weirder than the time Demeter turned that kid into a lizard. Aphrodite? Sweet and charitable? No more mischief?
Isn't that what you were aiming for when you married her off to Hephaestus against her will?
Hey now, it wasn't. I mean, she knew I was doing it for her own good.
Here's how to conjure sea foam from my birthplace.
I already know all about this. Mom loved this story. Grandpappy Uranus threw a pearl into the sea. The sea churned into foam, and Aphrodite rose up out of it.
A pearl? Grandpappy? I'm not sure that's how it...
That's definitely the story.
Okay. I'm sure that's how it went, down.
Grandpappy Uranus locked all the Cyclopes away with the other titans, huh?
Yes, he was afraid they'd overthrow him. There was a prophecy.
Bored. Grandpappy made the right call. Those things are an eyesore. Get it?
The birth of Aphrodite is a gruesome tale.
Nothing gruesome about it. Grandpappy Uranus and my deadbeat dad, Kronos, had a battle so great it severed heaven from earth.
That's not all that was severed. During his surprise attack, Kronos descended on Uranus.
When earth was severed from heaven, there was a great earthquake that knocked a pearl loose from its oyster.
Hang on, there was no...
The pearl flew from its oyster on land, and Uranus caught it and flung it out to sea with such a force that it caused the frothy foam to bubble. From the sea foam, Aphrodite rose, full-grown, beautiful as that same pearl.
I can't take this anymore. Zeus, Gaia lied to you about how Aphrodite was born.
Oh yeah? Then tell me how it really happened.
And Kronos They fought,
You can't be serious.
fell into the sea,
That's...
because Kronos cut off his...
You're sick, Prometheus! Do not talk to me!
With the sea foam secure.
Ah,
Though a boar may have bested the mortal Adonis, the vault guarded by boars did not best our mortal hero.
there's that smile again. Enjoying yourself?
Always. Except when that eagle is eating my liver.
Oh, that's when I'm enjoying myself.
No tear weighs so heavily as a tear of love. And so no tear had ever been as heavy as this. The tear from the broken heart of the goddess of love.
Barf! Like Aphrodite is the first person to ever go through a breakup.
Zeus, it wasn't a breakup. He died.
True.
Ah, Aphrodite's palace. The most majestic sight on the Golden Isles skyline.
I don't know if it's the most majestic. There's one mountain in particular I think is pretty... regal.
Athena. If Paris had known the Trojan War was coming, maybe he would have taken the battle wisdom you promised him in exchange for the apple. But alas.
Ha-ha! Time paradox!
Wow. You're smarter than I gave you credit for.
Oh, sorry. I nodded off for a second. What was that?
Never mind. Deep within the vault, Phoenix found one of the tears Aphrodite shed over Adonis.
I really don't think Adonis was worth all this crying. He was just a pretty face.
Phoenix left the vault victorious, tear in hand.
Smelling only faintly of cabbage.
Even petrified in stone, they still reeked of Aphrodite's punishment.
You know that's a conspiracy, right? A bunch of women on Lemnos got woke and killed all the men. So the mortals pinned it on Aphrodite, saying that she made the women smell bad so their husbands wouldn't touch them.
That actually kind of makes sense.
You'd be surprised what summering on Lesbos can teach you.
Did you know the Trojan War could have been avoided if Eris had been invited to Peleus and Thetis' wedding?
What? I thought it had something to do with Troy and Greece. The shade Eris was throwing, how did I not put two and two together?
The best parties are the ones that the goddess of discord shows up to uninvited. Everyone knows that.
Can't fight!
To think Hera pulled Athena's hair over an apple. Her own daughter.
Ah, right. The beauty contest. What moron appointed that blowhard Paris the judge?
I'm looking at him.
To be fair, I'd had a lot to drink. I had no idea Hermes and Aphrodite were so close.
They even had a child together.
No way. Boy or girl?
No.
Ah, I see. The child was non-binary.
Look at you.
Prometheus, I have an amphora collection. I'm with you.
And so, a fierce Hydra fell to Phoenix. A triumph on par with the feats of heroes.
Wow, Athena wasn't kidding. That was a snaky-faced jerk.
Phoenix came upon the forest of Atalanta, a woman known for her stubborn refusal to marry, and her legendary skill in the hunt for the Caledonian boar.
Look, I've been married a bunch. She might have been onto something.
I'm sure your wives would agree. Do you recall, O Zeus, how Atalanta's arrow was the first to pierce the hide of the Caledonian boar? Her story was a remarkable triumph of perseverance after her father abandoned her in the woods and she was raised by bears.
All because she was a girl. The gods, I, myself, would never do something like that. Just ask Athena.
If I can get a word in edgewise. During the Great War of Troy, the rage of Achilles devastated the Trojan forces before his exposed heel proved his downfall.
For a mortal, he got stuff done. What a wrecking ball. But so tender. You felt like you could just
open your heart. Zeus?
He was no god, but game recognized game. That's all I'm saying. I'll admit, I liked that bit when Odysseus told the Cyclops his name was Nobody. Then, when he put his eye out, the big dummy was all, "Oh, nobody has blinded me." Oh.
The mortals can be quite clever sometimes, can't they? Determined Odysseus did not abandon his long journey home. Though his path was difficult, he saw it through.
For a mortal, he did all right. I'll give him that. I'm not unreasonable.
The labors of Heracles.
Having to work for King Eurystheus must have sucked.
You felt bad for Heracles?
Nah, he needed to atone, but the king, adding the apples and Cerberus to the original 10 labors, was kind of a jerk move.
Heracles had many human flaws. He was quick to anger, he cheated on his wife, he was boastful and proud.
Be fair, though. He kicked a lot of ass.
Athena blessed mortals with many gifts. The Temple of Athena is where mortals came to return the favor.
Finally, you say something that makes sense. Mortals aren't good for much, but I do like the presents.
Mortals store food called grain in granaries, overseen by Demeter, who is also in charge of the mysteries of the afterlife.
Hades alive. We gave her all the pointless jobs. Maybe we could just combine them. The mysteries of the afterlife are basically cereal.
Phoenix learned that being critical, judgmental, even stubborn, is not always a flaw. It can give one the surety needed to refuse bad counsel.
Maybe I should have listened to Athena more often, rather than trying to be right all the time.
Perhaps the great Zeus is fallible after all.
No, that's not what I'm saying. My judgments are all pretty great.
You chained me to a rock! An eagle pecks out my liver every single day!
I know.
And here were Hephaestus' tongs, which he plunged deep into scorching fires and frigid waters.
Plunged.
Only in those extremes could his creations be perfected. What?
You know, that's all. All the play he's getting. Because you know all of him. In the looks department. Because he's...
Are you finished?
Yes. Yep.
Finally, after much climbing, Phoenix reached Hephaestus' hand.
Sorry. I'll stop.
Someone down there was alive, working, and seemingly happy.
Definitely not Hephaestus, then. That whining, sniveling coward never smiled a day in his life.
Have you listened to a word of this story? Things have changed. Sing, clear-voiced muse of Hephaestus, famed for inventions. He taught glorious crafts throughout the world. Be gracious, Hephaestus, and grant prosperity.
He's made a lot of designs for me. Still waiting on that massage. I know this place. The commemoration of the disastrous union of Hephaestus and Aphrodite.
It's not that bad, No, it was bad. What were you and Hera thinking?
I wanted Aphrodite to settle down and stop chasing pointless hookups. I did what I thought a good father figure should do.
I know you tried. Maybe matchmaking's just not your thing. Never before had a mortal laid their eyes upon something so grand, so gargantuan, so spectacularly crafted, so...
Over it! Just get a room already!
Well, I would if I could. Hephaestus' forge is that incredible. Phoenix laid eyes upon the blade once used by Perseus to slay Medusa. A blade so perfect, it was as much a challenge to forge it as it was for Perseus to wield it.
Oh, that's where that went. I used it to trim my chest with.
Phoenix felt a chill in the air of the vault that was more than cold.
Ah, sorry, that's my new cologne. It's by Podius, the North Wind.
I know, he's my cousin.
Oh, and he didn't even hook you up. Ice cold.
Phoenix felt very small passing the two giants. Giants so big, they challenged gods. They threatened to crush Mount Olympus under another mountain.
Yeah, right. Now I know this story's fictional.
War's dead. Tumultuous home to Ares' imposing fortress. Massive skeletons of conquered monsters. And bottomless canyons leading to nowhere.
Nice sell.